All right, welcome to part 2. We're breaking down the guitar solo to Tennessee Whiskey by Chris Stapleton, and we're going to look at the theory behind the solo. Part 1, I explained how to play it. Now we're going to learn what's going on behind the scenes on this solo. All right, so the chords are A to B minor back to A. I'm going to try to keep this brief. Okay, so we're in the key of A major. We need to play notes that reflect the A major. Okay, so the major scale, A major. All right, so for me, and like most guitar players, the first scale we learn is the minor pentatonic scale. That would be like this. All right, that's the minor pentatonic scale, otherwise known as the blues scale. So since let's say we don't know the major scale so well, but we do know this scale, we can use this little trick I'm going to show you to play in this major key or any major key. So if you're in the key of A, if you look 3 frets down from A, which would be F sharp, 1, 2, 3, there's F sharp, and I can play that pentatonic scale right there at F sharp. The thing is that the key of F sharp minor has all the same notes as A major. So if you actually write out the A major scale and write out the F sharp minor scale, they're all the same notes. So if you know your minor scale, then you can play your major scale. Okay? So it's good to know this scale all the way up the neck. So just learn each box. What do you call boxes? So each box, there's 5 boxes of the pentatonic scale. And if you need a resource for this, I have an ebook breaking down how to play each box. Okay, so let's look at the F sharp minor pentatonic scale once again. So we got 2nd fret, 5th fret, 2nd fret, 4th, 2, 4, 2, 4, 2, 5, 2, 5. All right. Now, let's play the progression and just use those notes. All right, so it fits pretty well. So what Chris Stapleton is actually doing on his guitar solo is he's using that, all he's doing is playing that F sharp minor scale, those same notes. So when you look at the beginning of the solo, that's all part of the pentatonic scale. He just happens to be up the neck when he starts that solo. All right. So anytime you're playing in a major key, if you look 3 frets down, that is your relative minor key. So for example, let's say I'm in the key of C major. There's my C chord at the 8th fret. If I subtract 3 from 8, I get to 5. That's 5th fret, and I can play A minor. So that goes for any major key. Just look 3 frets down and you can play your blues scale there over those major chords, and you're going to sound like you're playing the right thing. All right, so let's break down the next part of the solo, these double stops. So all he's doing is highlighting that B minor, which is right here. So on the last 3 strings, I have 7th fret, 7th, 7th, and 7, right? So he's just kind of starting there and ending there on this lick. And then from there he does. Now all that is the A major chord. So that 6 and that 5 are from the A chord, that power chord there, that bar chord. All right, and then we get into, that's just more of the same F sharp minor pentatonic scale All right, and then he hits this little 13th fret. And you notice it sounds a little bit bluesier right there, okay? So what he's actually doing is he's borrowing his minor scale in the key of A now, so A minor, just for a brief moment there. Okay, so instead of being an A major, for that brief moment he goes into the kind of like an A minor. All right, so that 13th fret, bend, and then to the 10th fret, that would be from the A minor pentatonic scale. And that's a really cool effect that you can use. You can play in your major key, play your major scale, and then if you kind of save it and then wait for maybe the end of your solo and add a nice little bluesy touch by going to the minor in that key, it creates a really cool effect. So let's hear what that sounds like. Alright, so that's all major. And then I'm going to go minor right at the end. Alright, so that creates a really bluesy effect if you kind of switch to your minor key. So I went from A major to A minor, just for a brief moment, right? Alright, so that creates a little bit of a bluesy effect, and that's what he's doing there. For the next part of the solo, it's pretty much all just the same type of major scale stuff. Alright, so that's pretty much it. He's playing in the key of A major for the most part, one little brief moment of A minor, back to A major. So what you can glean from this is that anytime you're in a major key, you want to look at 3 frets down from that major key note, and that would be your relative minor. And from there, if you already know your pentatonic scale, you just use that, and you're off to the races. Okay, so thanks for watching. I hope this made sense for you. If you have any questions, leave it in the comments. Be sure and check out the social medias and my website and my Patreon page. And like and subscribe. We'll see you next time.